Hello, Awifians. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you all. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic Saturday or Friday night. My name is Lillian Mole. I am the founder and CEO of the African Women's Economic and Entrepreneurship Forum, the place where we challenge the status quo for economic advancement of African women. Today, we are going to Zimbabwe. Yesterday, we were in South Africa, and today, we're going to Zimbabwe. How cool is this technology? I love it. And we are going to be talking about how we can redesign our lives again. When we get stuck, when things don't go as planned, or when we're just trying to create a better life, we feel stuck and we need to move to the next level. What do? I hope you're well. I hope this conversation will be fruitful for you. You're going to get some insights, and I'm going to have Barbara with us all the way from Zimbabwe. And please take the time to share this live stream with your family and friends. Let's see if Barbara is there. I spoke to her before. We do not have any problem with time difference, and she is with us. Good morning, Barbara. How are you?
Good morning, Lillian. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. It's hot here. And when I saw it, I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And you said to me, inside, indoors today. I said I was going to the garden, and you said it's safe to be indoors. So.
I'm in winter, so I'm allowed to look like an Eskimo. Thank you.
It's such a pleasure to have you. We've been planning to have a live stream for a while, and finally, we made it. So let's give people a few minutes to come join us while I share with the audience what AWIF is all about.
All right.
Yeah, so thank you so much for joining us live. And so as we can see, it's extremely cold back home, right?
Yes, it is cold.
It's sunny here in Switzerland. I was just telling you, after this, I'm going to the garden because it's really a beautiful day. So yeah, the difference in temperature. But how is the situation with COVID in your country right now?
The statistics are now shocking. It's been increasing. The infections have been increasing a lot, and the official ones are not really a reflection of what's happening on the ground, because a lot of people have been dying after short illnesses. So, like last week at my church, we lost 4 members.
Oh.
And all of them, it was just short illnesses.
Yeah. So we are not really pointing to COVID as the cause. It's just like in Africa, we just say the person just died, but we really cannot say if it's from COVID, or are we pointing at COVID at this time?
For me, I want to point at COVID because people are really not taking it seriously. You find people in huge numbers, crowds, no masks, nothing, just breathing into each other's nose. And, it's like life is normal for them, but things are really bad. The infections have been increasing.
And are there any campaigns put in place by the government to make people aware, and people are just ignorant or do not want to believe, or there are no campaigns at all? Not enough campaigns, let's say.
I don't think there are enough. There are some jingles on radio and TV, and then the army and the police, just to chase away people from town, basically. I think no one is really taking the wearing masks, sanitizing, social distancing seriously. You have to decide on your own that's what you're going to do.
Yeah. You have to be a responsible citizen.
Yes, but most of the people, they are just going on like things are normal,
Yeah. What a shame. It's a typical African thing that we do not tend to believe, and 2, we do not tend to focus where our focus should be at a junction of our lives. So it's a shame. I don't know if this attitude is ever going to change. What do you think, in your opinion? Are we someday going to be conscious, take information on the radio seriously, or the TV serious, or the newspaper? Are we going to be conscious someday about this?
It is my hope that one day things will change. I mean, like, can you imagine some people are smuggling in their relatives who have tested positive from other countries, from neighboring countries, and hiding them at home? Exposing children, elderly people, even yourselves to this COVID, because they don't want their family member to go to the quarantine centers and what. It's just so bad, but I'm praying and hoping things will get better. People will actually be conscious.
Yeah. Well, let's keep praying. Let's keep hoping that people will get responsible, and that conversations like this will make them think twice, because you're not saving anybody. You're not even saving your own life. So it's not really worth
Exactly.
it. Yeah. So before we continue this conversation, today's quote is, "Your life can't be perfectly planned. That there isn't just one solution to your life. And that's a good thing. There are many designs for your life and filled with hope." We just spoke about hope right now, about people's
Yes.
attitude, and we are hoping that it will change. Again, we're hoping that I'm sorry, I could not put the full name, because with this app I'm using, there is a maximum text. So
Okay.
no life is perfect. You can plan as you want. We all have hopes, we have dreams, aspirations, and goals, but there are limitations in life. Life itself has its plan for us all. So, does this quote resonate with you?
It does completely. And I agree with it, because we cannot be, when you choose to be perfect, it means you're not giving yourself the opportunity for other surprises, in life, for new things to come your way, because you've set your mind on achieving A, not B and C. So if B and C happens, it's no longer perfect. So we shouldn't try to be perfect in our lives. Let's work towards a holistic lifestyle. Then it encompasses everything.
Okay. I always say to myself, when I have goals, I said always, let's say this or something better, because it could always be better, right? I don't have a solution.
Exactly.
I don't know what the
Mhm.
best option it is for me. I wish for this,
Yes.
but I hope that there is for something better.
Of course, there's always something better out there.
Exactly. I've known you for a while, and I really admire your work.
Thank you so
This
much.
engagement you have for mental health, for women, for people. How did you come about becoming a coach, trying to help people work on their mental health?
Okay. Maybe before I start, let me just say who I am so that people
Exactly.
understand.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm Barbs, but you can call me Barbara Kamba-Nyathi. That's the full name. It's a mouthful, I know. So we stick with Barbs. I'm a psychotherapist. I'm a lifestyle and wellness coach. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mediator. I'm a Tony Elumelu alumni. And I'm
Yeah.
the founder and CEO of Ball Dialogue. So now I have this partner of mine, Christine Rita. She is a business coach, a brand coach. She facilitates the acceleration of your brand and monetizing your brand. So one day we decided, instead of working separately, we can actually do so much more together, because we are still working on the human being.
Yes.
I focus mostly on the emotional wellness, but
Yes.
you cannot accelerate your business when you yourself emotionally you're not okay.
Yeah.
And neither can you just focus on the emotional wellness and think that will help you accelerate your business. So we decided to combine our efforts and come up with this program of ours.
Yeah.
That's how we came up with it, because we
Exactly.
realized we need each other. We start from one point and to the other, and we have a holistic person.
Exactly. And no man is an island, right? We need each other. You've said it, you've nailed it. So why do you think our lives are broken? Why do we need a holistic blueprint for redesigning our lives? Are we broken? Do I look broken to you?
Oh no, you don't look broken. We never look broken until we take off the mask. Because
Exactly.
some of the brokenness is inside.
It's within.
Yes. It's the issues, the traumatic issues we might have experienced in our childhood, or as we were starting exploring the or navigating the waters of being an entrepreneur, So it's not everyone who's going to support you. It's not everyone who is in agreement with your decision. So all these things, all these negatives combine, and in the end, they lead us to being broken. And besides, for you to grow, it means you need to change, you need to transform to something better. You may
Exactly.
not be broken, but
Yeah.
life is about growth, it's about development,
Sorry. Yeah.
it's about transformation. So, for us to achieve that total transformation, we need to grow, we need to redesign our lives.
I completely agree. And by the way, just to say, we are all broken.
Oh, yes.
All broken, one way or the other. And if it's not yet happened, it's on its way. It's called life.
Yes, it is life.
It's called life. If not, then it's not life anymore. You have to
Mm,
experience issues to be able to understand your own self and your own resilience about life
yes,
itself. So yes, we are
absolutely.
all broken. Don't come tell. Yes, I may not look broken, but I'm completely broken. And people like you're sending your sharing your message, and your light helps people. Everyone understands. Even you understand what life is all about. So,
Absolutely.
if we are all broken, what adversity led you to helping people design their lives?
That's a long, long story. Over a cup of tea. Oh, my friend always says Amarula tea. I don't know why we are having Amarula tea, but that's a very long story. I will summarize it a bit.
Okay.
Uh, I have been through cancer, and well, I'm still standing, although I'm sitting right now, but I'm standing somewhere there. My spirit is standing. I have been through abuse. I live with an autoimmune disease. I have been divorced. I have had a hysterectomy, and I've been deaf. I always forget that. I don't know why, but I have been deaf and I can hear again. And all these things have contributed to me deciding to channel the brokenness into helping others. But it's not like me seeking my own healing through telling other people my story. I had to go through my process. The physical healing from, like, I've had 14 medical or surgical operations. So I had to heal physically, I had to heal emotionally, I had to heal spiritually, because all these adversities, they tend to break your spirit. The emotions are tattered, so much is in pieces. So after, I like calling it building the mosaic, because
Yes.
after the broken pieces, I had to put them back together, but they can't be the same Barbs that we knew before. It's a different Barbs. She may look like the same old one, but she is different. She's now a mosaic.
Exactly.
And for me, I take that beautiful mosaic as a testimony to people that you can redesign your life. You can still live within your purpose and do things that are holistic, lead a life that does not bring harm to others, because it is my duty. That's what I believe, to bring love, light, and peace to the world. Yes.
Yeah. I am. I don't want to get too emotional about this. I'm so proud of you. So proud of
Thank
you
you.
that people like you should keep living so that we know how strong we humans are. We know how resilient we humans are. So I pray that you carry on, and knowing that we are behind you, we are supporting you in our meditation and in our thinking each day. Each day,
Thank
as
you
you
so
help
much.
others, we are behind you, thinking of you, so you can get the strength that you need to carry on. And this brings me to my question. As I said, we were all broken. And I think there was a Chinese proverb which says, the light comes through the brokenness. And that's why you shine.
Yes.
That's why you shine. That's why you keep doing the work you do, because that's how it was meant to be. You were meant to be broken. We are all meant to be broken so we can live a really fulfilled life.
Yes.
But in our context, I cannot hold myself from asking you the question: are women more prone getting off balance, thus needing more to redefine their lives? Because we have things happening. We have, the menstrual cycle happening, getting carrying babies, giving birth, marriages, and all this stuff. I think men have their own issues too, but women with the hormones and everything, with many things happening in the life of a woman, are we prone to getting off balance and need the redefining of our lives at one stage?
Absolutely, I agree with you because, usually after you become a mother, you tend of you give yourself the back seat. It's now about the children. And if you're married, it's about the husband and then the in-laws and then the parents. And there's always someone or something that needs your time, that needs your attention. And as women, we tend to overlook ourselves. We give up so much, we sacrifice so much as women. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because you and I are who we are today because of what our mothers sacrificed, because of the things they had to give up in order for us to have what we got.
Yeah,
So we wouldn't be ourselves without the shoulders of the women that we stand on.
exactly.
But now, maybe they didn't have the resources or the knowledge to redesign their lives and still embrace holistic lives, being a mother, being a wife, being herself as an individual. But we now have the resources. So we encourage each other to embrace what is there, to go ahead and not be apologetic about wanting to make yourself better. Because if you're replenished, if you've been redesigned, if you're rejuvenated, you have more to give. You can't just keep giving and giving. You'll run dry eventually.
Yeah, yeah. I think for those watching live, this conversation is open. You can freely come here, come live. I will share the link and express your view. Ask, she's a coach, ask for advice or feedback. So let me share that link before I continue. And I hope I don't forget what I wanted to say. Okay, let me just copy this link. Okay, and I'm sharing it out right now. So anybody who would like to join this conversation, if you feel fit and have good lighting, please come join. Just click on the link and you will be in the waiting room. Come ask questions, come talk to us. Talking about
Yes.
women, and men are also there for their children. It's not only about the women, but yes, we do the heavy lifting. And if you're watching this live stream or you listen it as a podcast and you think you do not need to redefine your life, may I just draw your attention to the fact that by default, you've already redefined your life. By not
Yes,
doing
exactly.
anything, you've done something.
That's the redefinition you've done.
Ta-ta! By you not doing anything is already something because you didn't take action. And by you taking
Exactly.
action is also something because you've taken action. So don't sit there thinking, oh, I don't have to do anything, or what can I do? Because you've already done something by sitting there.
Yes. Either
So
you are doing something to improve yourself or doing something to, I don't know,
stay
to
where you are.
backslide. Yes.
Exactly.
To
Exactly.
be stagnant. Yes.
Exactly. So the choice is yours. Either you want to improve, either you want to stay where you are. The choice is yours.
Absolutely.
And we do not encourage you to stay where you are. That's why we're having this conversation. How many
Yes.
surgeries did she say she went through? What illnesses did Barb say she defeated? How many abuse? How? Just think about it. In one person's life, and yet they don't give up. They try to motivate themselves out. They talk themselves out of it. They redefine their lives out of it, and be able to get the courage to come and help you and I. So don't sit there. Sitting there is not an option, and sitting there is already a redefinition, if you believe or not. Going through redefinition of our lives is not without obstacles.
Of course.
So you need the courage and the motivation to even think of something different, something bigger. But how do you? Because it's not easy. I can imagine your daily life, and I'm like thinking, whoa. So, what obstacles could we encounter from experience as a coach and as a person? What obstacles could we encounter during redefinition of our lives?
I think the first obstacle is the blocks. We have mental blocks that we put because change can be painful, you know? Any form of change, it comes with some discomfort. So there will be blocks that are self-imposed. Sometimes we are consciously placing them, sometimes subconsciously. So we need to learn to overcome them, to know that this is for my own good. I'm redefining myself. And then sometimes there's resistance.
Yeah.
It can be from yourself or from those around you, because people sometimes get comfortable in knowing Barbs in this state, you understand? Then suddenly she wants to change, she wants to be better, she wants to be this. People may not be happy. So you may get resistance from those around you. And then sometimes it's limiting beliefs. Can I really see myself as this thing or as this person achieving A, B, C? What will people say? You know, we limit ourselves so much by already thinking what people are thinking about us, because at the end of the day, this is about you improving yourself. The fact that you have decided you can improve yourself means you are able to go through with it. So limiting beliefs are also one of those. And I think sometimes there is this problem that people have, multitasking. We give ourselves so many responsibilities that we say we don't have time.
So you're talking to me now, planning to
Are
go
you
do my
guilty?
garden and my garden. Busted. Okay, I correct myself. Okay, I will think of it.
It's a good thing that you're going to think about it, but we want you to do something about it, because multitasking is really, it's not even healthy. You strain yourself. In the end, you barely get things done because there's too many things that you're supposed to do. But if you just prioritize your things, have your life in order, I'll do A and finish, and then B, and you know, it's always good, and it gives you time to rest.
Yeah, I agree with you. But what if, for example, in the morning I have a list of things I have to do, and I try not to have too many things on the list. Now I've learned not to do too many things, and now I've learned to stop. When I finish I just stop. But it's difficult for me not to multitask. I must confess. I do that. I'm a workaholic, and I must confess that it's something I have to learn. It's a lesson. It's a process in which I have to get into.
I think also being African, being an African girl is something else. It's something to admire when you can do so many things, as if even Superman, he needs time to fly before he comes and rescue. He doesn't, we do so many things, and it's admirable in our African society that you're a good woman, you're a good wife. Those are signs of being a good woman,
Yeah.
But life teaches you otherwise. Imagine, I said I've had 14 operations, right?
Yes.
Sometimes I would be operated on twice in 1 year. So you need to learn to breathe. I call it breathing. When you are taking some time off from everything, you need to breathe because I have to allow my body to heal. Otherwise, I can't do what I do.
Yeah.
And when the body is not okay, my brain cannot work. I need to be able to be fine. So now the priority is to get my body okay before I start thinking of the other things. If I'm not okay emotionally, how do I help someone else overcome whatever emotional challenges they are facing? I need to be okay emotionally. So when you learn to breathe, to take time, and allow whatever situation you are in yourself to be over, then you move on to the next. You realize it's actually easy to implement that same way of operation into your workspace, be it at home, be it at the office, but you learn to prioritize. There are some things which have to take back seat, which are not as important as some. So you have to prioritize.
I completely agree with you. Okay, Babs.
Yes, we breathe.
Yeah, completely agree with you. A few years ago, I got into meditation, and the breathing technique, it's really, really, really amazing. Yes, it's true that in Africa, you're congratulated for being a slave of your own life.
Yes. And you never get to enjoy the fruit of your work because you're
No.
ever working, you're running around, you're doing this, you're being everything to everyone and nothing to yourself.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, what life are you building? The life of others, or your own life as a person?
And what legacy are you leaving for those who are coming after you?
What
You don't
exactly?
want on your tombstone to be written, she worked very hard. You know, that's what people will say.
Yeah, we need to understand the damage we're causing to ourselves, and those damages are stopping us from becoming the people that we intend to be, or that we should be.
Mhm.
Let's learn to breathe.
It's true.
It's not that easy to really stop and calm down.
Yes,
It's not that
because
easy.
we are judging ourselves, society is judging us, everything. There's just judgment all over the place. But if we can learn to be kind to one another, to be compassionate, and to understand that we are different, you know, my strengths are not your strengths, and I should be able to celebrate your strengths without imposing my own on you. And you also should be able to do the same for me.
It's a difficult journey, I must say. Where do we start?
If it was easy, then it wouldn't be a metamorphosis. We wouldn't be redesigning anything.
And that's why you're having a masterclass, which I must share the
Yes.
link. Tell us about, let me just share the link in the comments. Tell us about your masterclass, please.
Yes, we actually have it's like a 3-part series. The first part is the freebie that we are giving. We are giving away a book. I don't know if we can, how big or small does a book have to be called a booklet?
50 pages?
No, so we have a book. I'll call it a book. We have a book, a guide to help you redesign your life, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like a teaser so that you get to have an understanding of what we are doing. Then the masterclass is part 2. The masterclass is to help people challenge their thinking, challenge their beliefs, and to see and to invoke in them that there is so much to them. They can do and achieve so much more. Only if, when they allow themselves to reawaken their initial purpose, because sometimes we are not aligned with our purpose in life. My purpose is this, and I'm chasing money, I'm doing the opposite. So there can be harmony between your purpose and your career, and you actually achieve so much more. Hence the holistic redesigning of your life.
You are making me think this early morning.
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good.
It's a good thing, but how do I, so I'm between you and my audience, and I know my audience, so I'm trying to put this in the most comfortable way for everybody. We all need this, and this is why when I saw your offer and I said she has to come up live, we all need this. I've shared the link. We need to rethink what we are doing to ourselves. We need to rethink the legacy we want to leave, and we also need to rethink that we as humans, we matter.
Absolutely. We do
We cannot
matter so
pour
much.
from an empty cup. And this is even worse in the African tradition itself, especially for women.
Yes.
That it's so much requested from you, but little is given
It's
to you.
given.
It's
Exactly.
like you are born and you have this obligation. Who said so? Somebody come tell me who said so. Before we continue the conversation, I see we have a comment which I would like to. There's Anna Marie watching.
Hey, Anna Marie. She's my PR girl from Windhoek.
Oh, come
I'm
on.
an African girl. Yay. Thank you
Congrats.
for watching.
Thanks. Please share this live stream. And if you would like to come live to ask questions, to speak for yourself of your experience on how you want to redesign your life, the link is already shared here. Do not hesitate. Come backstage, and I'm going to put you on screen as well if you like. Anybody who wants to come and have a conversation here live, we accept that. I think it's time that we women start saying no. And when I mean start saying no, it doesn't mean to be aggressive about it. It means
No.
just taking that cup of coffee and sitting down so people understand that you need that time. Your action on how you want to redesign your life speaks louder than you going to do the blah, 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 blah that we African women normally do. We scream, we yell, I do it, huh? So, I'm one. It's just grabbing that, every morning my kids see me with my glass of water and lemon in it. Why do you do this? Why do you? I tell them because it's good for me. It's good for me. So it's just by the simple actions that you take. Take
Yes.
that cup of coffee, tea, wine, beer, whatever.
Yes.
Sit down. Sit yourself down. Write down. So
And
people start to
breathe.
see.
Yes.
People start to see the actions you take, then they understand and ask you. When they start asking you why, it means they've understood something is normal.
Yes.
Something is normal. And that's why I brought the example of my my lemon juice every morning and my kids. Why do you do that? But then it's normal for them. They know every morning something is going to happen. And don't forget to breathe. Breathe.
Yes, it's very important.
So in your masterclass, you have this process that you take people through. I would also like to add something to that offer that is going to cost you people. Once you try
Yes.
to redefine your life, don't forget that it will cost you friends, family, it will cost you yourself. So how do people catch themselves when they get to this stage after they've done your masterclass and that it has cost them relationships? What do they do?
Now we move on to part 3. We offer our coaching packages. We have different packages depending on your need as an individual. And we are designing our masterclass in such a way that it's going to allow a one-on-one with you, the attendant, and us, the coaches. That's Christine, Rita, and I, so that we assess from what you have learned, from the journey that we've taken you through in the masterclass, which areas of your life need help. Which areas of your life need the most redesigning? And how do you balance now this newfound newness and everything else? Because, like we said earlier, we are still not islands. We live in society. We have people. So we still need to be able to blend in. I don't want to say fit in, because once you start fitting in, you are squashing yourself into a box or into an imaginary box that does not even fit you, that cannot contain you. But we help you to take this newfound greatness and adjust it so that everyone else can see the benefits. Because when people start seeing the good out of this newness, they also want it. We all want good things, isn't it, in life?
Yes, yes.
We all want to be better. That's why sometimes you find people competing against each other. But instead of competing, we are supposed to complement each other. We help you find your complementary people. And like you said, Lillian, earlier, that we need to learn to say no. No is a complete sentence and statement on its own. Those two letters, they are big. We should be able to say no to things that break us, to say no to things that we feel uncomfortable with, to say no to overgiving of ourselves. You know, sometimes someone will say, yeah, instead of just sitting and replenishing or having your cup of tea or your lemon juice, why don't you do this while you're sitting? Be able to say no. It's time for me and my lemon juice. I don't owe you an explanation why my lemon juice is more important than doing what. You need to be able to unapologetically take care of yourself, because from there, it's where you get the ability to give, to serve other people. We are here to serve each other in different ways. Mine is the holistic healing. Yours is the economical empowerment of women. But you cannot give if you are lacking yourself, you know.
Yeah.
If your spirit is lacking, your emotions are lacking, physically your health is wearing off, you cannot give.
Yeah, exactly. So what is the cost of this holistic masterclass that you're offering?
A whooping only small $12. I think there are instructions on how to pay for it if you follow the link, but it's only $12, 12 US dollars. And you will be on your first leg of the rest of your life, because we are holistic. We look at all aspects of you. We are not just focused maybe on your business or on your money making skills or just your emotional. We look at everything.
You know, it's such an amazing conversation. It's such I keep insisting it's amazing. This program is amazing because we as women, first of all, we are guilty of all what you've said. And in addition to that, as an African woman, it's even twice.
Oh,
It's a
yes.
continuous torture of your own life, punishment of your own life. And as I said a couple of years ago, I really came to meditation to really understand the essence of stopping.
Yes.
So it resonates with me. And from a personal point of view, irrespective of Awif, I want you to help me find at least one girl. Find one, because I don't want to promise anything. Find one girl. I will pay for that offer for that one person that you
Okay.
walk through from start to the end of your masterclass. One, because I'm not a one person. Second proposition is that you partner with us here in Awif, because there is no way that you will be burned out and be successful. It's not
No.
going to happen.
No, it never
Number
works.
two, you can only show up. You can only be a model. You can only be appreciated if you're alive. When you burn out and, you know, Don't
The
sell
same
your.
people who are pressuring you will be saying, why was she not stopping? Why did she not know she was not feeling well? The same people who are saying, why are you not giving us this? Why are you not doing this for us? So it's important to listen to your body, to your inner self, and take care of you.
Yeah, yeah. So I pledge that you take one person. I want to see how you work with them, and let's see how we can package something for our Wifians so that they get the
Okay.
benefit of it. And that's
All
why
right.
I really wanted to you to come up live that we can talk about this because it's such we are fooling ourselves. It's such a very important part of our lives that if we do not talk about it, we're going to carry on and we're going to pass this heritage to our children. I don't want my daughter to be burned out. I don't want her
No.
to suffer from, from the things that I suffer from. Before we
Yes.
continue, so you have at least one person. That's my
Yes.
offer to somebody in Zimbabwe.
Oh, thank you so much.
But let's put a package for Awifians. Let's try and get something out at a, because I know the people that I work with. They are some of them are very wealthy, some of them are not. Let's be honest, let's be perfectly honest. And yeah, let's put something together. Before we continue, we'll have a comment. Babs, when was your aha moment when you realized that you had the power to redesign your life? Ooh, that's a beautiful question.
I see the soul
Thank
seeker
God
is
it's not it's
putting
not it's
me.
not for me.
Exactly. I'm
Soul
saying the soul
seeker, I
seeker
love
is
you. Please
putting
don't
me
ask
under.
me.
Huh? She's putting me on the spotlight there.
Oh, girl,
We
I love
see
you,
what you're
baby.
doing, girl.
Walk your talk.
Yes. I think for me, it's not like one aha moment. It's never one aha moment. It's been a lot of them because my journey has been characterized by so many different things.
Yeah.
You know, this the funny thing, the one moment that just came into my mind. I told you earlier when I was talking about my brokenness that I also have an autoimmune disease. So with autoimmune disease, it can be the skin acting up and everything. I actually, like a reptile, my skin peels off. Yes, it's weird. And I remember the first time I had that experience, I was in grade 4 or 5. I couldn't understand what was happening. Like I peeled from head to toe, literally. So it was summer. We are not wearing jerseys at school. And then my friends see my skin peeling off. They are like, you are not one of us. How can you be like, we've never seen a human being doing this. You are not one of us. So at that moment, I was like, then I'm different, or I get as a new skin every year. You understand? It made me feel like I can be anything I want because I get renewed every year.
That's a good one. I love it. I get
It
renewed.
was so awesome. Like I get to redo things, because I get a second chance. That should explain the non-aging. I had to wait in somewhere there.
Wow. You need the courage to come out with such idea.
I
Wow.
know. But it was a concerning issue for my mom because, like, what do you do with your daughter whose skin peels off? Like, she really sheds off her skin. But for me, it was fun. It was like we would even use my skin to scare people, with my friend Cynthia. I hope she remembers this. If she's watching, I hope she remembers. We would scare people, would show them my skin if people wanted to be funny around us, and they'll run away because they're like, what is this? What is wrong with this girl? So, yeah, that was my first aha moment, I guess.
Courage to what a courage to stick to it and to find a solution. No.
The solution is to use the pure glycerin. Can you imagine? That's what works for my skin. It doesn't stop the regeneration of the skin, but it keeps me looking normal.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So yeah. So Sika, you have your answer. Ask
I hope
question.
I've answered you. Strangely, she made me remember that incident from when I
You
was in
see?
grade 4. It's so funny with the skin and everything. But I have been regenerating for a long time. And as you learn to live with your condition, knowing that I'm different, imagine a child born with arthritis. It's not easy. But I've learned to be me, to enjoy myself. Unless if I tell you about my journey, you can't really judge and reach that conclusion by looking at me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's been a process, it's been my life.
Mm.
Only now, maybe after I started realizing it's not just about me being able to survive all these things, but this is it's put together so that I can help someone because everyone is battling something. It
Yes.
may not be your skin peeling off, but it can be other things. Your marriage is falling apart. It's just like your skin coming apart from you, you know? That was part of you, part of your identity. But now you have to assume this new role. It can be the loss of a child, you know? You were now set on being a parent. I have these plans for my child and all these things up to the day they get married and you become a grandparent. Then the child dies. What do you do? That's also part of your skin coming off. It can be your health. I mean, women, we do not see the uterus. Nobody can say, I can see you have a uterus, but it brings a kind of identity to us as women. And now I'm still a woman. I have no uterus. It's the shedding off of something, a part of me. And there is a woman out there who is struggling with moving on after she has lost a uterus. Is she still a woman? Some people get divorced because they got a hysterectomy.
Yes. Yes.
Some
Yes.
people, the family shuns them because they are no longer a woman.
Yes.
But that's also shedding off of something.
Yes.
How do you reclaim? How do you redesign yourself? How do you change and say, this is my new identity? I'm not going to let it be a source of pain, but it's going to be a source of power, a source of growth, a source of acceleration for whatever it is that you are doing. Your healing is in your pain. Your story is in your pain. And the healing of another person, the hope that someone is waiting for, is in exactly that same pain. So when we have a mind shift or a perception shift on how we look at our pain, we see our story, we see our healing. And from there, you get the power to help someone else. But it's a process, it's a journey. Every day, I'm discovering something new about myself.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. God bless you. I mean, what God, universe, Allah, whatever, that the higher power. So you
Thank
can,
you.
keep talking some sense. I could carry on this conversation for such a long time, for hours with you. Africa is full of stigma. The world is full of stigma.
Mm.
When you have no longer uterus, I have fibroids. I had to have 5 surgeries before having child. Lost when I had it, then lost it again. Thank God I was blessed with two other, and I know. So when you're talking, you're pointing the finger right where it this what I struggled. Just seeing people passing with their prams was a problem to me. Now that I've lost a husband, seeing people holding their hands, it's a problem to me. So you're redefining your life resonates with me. You're speaking to the right person. That's why I want to encourage other people, to rethink because things happen, and that's where the
Yes.
reincarnation comes in. It's not because you want to be a successful coach. It's just because life is going to pull the carpet off your feet. So how do
Exactly.
you keep dancing? How do you keep smiling?
And
And
for
when
me, I say that time when you are down, when the carpet has been pulled and you fall, take it to breathe. That's your chance to breathe. So that when you come up, you are rising like a phoenix. You are unstoppable. The dance moves are more refined, they are better. You are just challenging everyone on the dance floor.
you know what you just said is funny. One day after a few 2 years, I think, after my husband passed, somebody said to me, "What happened to you, Lillian?" She didn't know. I didn't know. I think she knew, but she said she couldn't express herself. She said, "Have you realized that you are better now? You seem better and feel better now than before?" Oh, when she said that to me, the tears just ran through my cheeks,
Oh,
on my cheeks, and I was like, "This adversity has pushed me to the edge, and my acceptance to say, no, 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 I must come out of this. I must come out better. It has something to teach me. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" People are beginning to see that I'm in search of something, and that's something I have a feeling my hand is close to it.
yes.
I have a feeling I'm getting close. That's why somebody is saying. And then again, another lady said to me, "I haven't seen you in ages, but something has changed. What happened?" And I didn't. I just smiled. Changed the topic. And you have a feeling you're close. You're close. You're close. And that feeling is just accepting your problems. They're yours.
Yes.
I just said to myself, it was meant for me. Why should I burden other people because it's my problem? Because I'm mourning? Because I've lost a spouse? Because I have children, little children to raise? It was meant for me. And that breathing of saying, I accept. It's my path. It's my journey. I accept. But what do I have to learn from this? Take care of myself, have only quality people around me.
Exactly. We need to detox from toxic people
So
all the
there are
time,
lessons, there are big, big lessons to be learned. And redefinition of life is all the time, all the time, all the time.
everywhere.
All the time. Now I have to redefine to raise those kids alone. Now I have to redefine if I find an expert. Now, how are you going to do it?
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
continuous process. You have to also redefine the people you've cut off your relationship with, the new ones, the ones you're keeping. It's all the time. It's all the time. That's why your program, I believe, and I hope many women will take this into consideration. However, this doesn't come cheap. Redefinition doesn't come cheap. And that's
No.
where financial freedom plays a role. Because I'm in the place that I am today, I can even say I offer it to somebody from my pocket, irrespective of our wave. What does financial freedom mean to you?
Financial freedom means it doesn't mean, first of all, let me start by saying it's not about having bucket loads of money, sitting in money, or lying on a bed of money. It's about not having to worry about my financial situation, where my next meal is going to come from. We can start small. Financial freedom means being able to spend, be it on myself, and also to help others. Because the moment everything is about you, you've lost the whole idea of why you were redefining yourself. Remember, we are given so we can give.
Yeah.
We bless others. Whatever I do, does it bring blessings to others? It's like it's a confession. I have a passion for smart cars, those tiny, tiny cars. That's my dream car. But now, if you look, let's say, at our African context, I don't live with my bag alone. Because the smart car, let's be honest, it's a car for you and your bag. That's it. I mean, the boot is this small. So you think about, I'm blessed. I have financial freedom. I can afford to buy a car. Let me think about the others around me. Not that I'm now going to be their chauffeur or their taxi driver or whatnot, or their Uber, but I need to think of how I can serve others and make life better for others with that financial freedom. I need to know that I am able to continue manifesting. Can I say manifesting? I think so. Manifesting more money from what I'm doing, from the passion, from my purpose that I'm living in. Financial freedom is living in alignment, in harmony with your passion, with your purpose, with your career, all for the betterment of the world. That's
Yeah.
what I see financial freedom as. Because if someone is grieving because of my wealth, then I'm not free. I'm the cause of someone's tears. And also be able, sometimes as women, we talked about all the burdens we have. We tend to be very apologetic for wanting to say, we are going on a girls' trip, we are going to Bali, we are going to the Maldives and what. Be able to also enjoy the fruits of your hard work unapologetically. That's being free.
Absolutely agree with you. Absolutely agree with you. When we talk of financial freedom, people think you are talking only about money. You are interested only about the money. It's the freedom that it brings to you, but
Exactly.
it opens the freedom to other doors like spiritual freedom, emotional freedom,
Yes.
societal freedom. So stop looking at the word finance. Think of the word freedom, because there are so many
Yes.
thoughts of freedom that it comes with. You associate yourself with
Absolutely.
different people. I get out in the morning, I go golfing, I go sailing, different people.
More opportunities for your business
Exactly.
growth,
Exactly. You learn with different
new
people, different
networks.
status, different standards.
Yes.
So that's the freedom that it comes with. It's not because about the money itself. It's what doors does it open? What people does it bring in your life? And what people do you really have to eject out of your life? That's what
Oh,
it's
yes,
about.
that is important. We need to throw away some people. Just detox.
Get it
Like
out.
we are ever detoxing whatever the toxins inside our bodies. There are some that are in our heads that need to go, in
It's
our
because some
social
people,
circles
yeah,
that
because some
need to
people are
go.
really, not everyone is in the same level as you are, not in a snobbish way, but the things you've learned, what you want to think of, how you want to think of. If you keep having these people in your lives, you're not going to keep thinking what you want to think of. I mean, I'm talking to
No.
you as a person, as an
Yes.
individual, because they are like cluttering your ideas, stopping your ideas. Every time you make a move, somebody's like standing in front of you.
Yes, they are standing, they are blocks. But what we have learned, either I go around a block, or if it's too hard, I just create a path right in the middle of the block and go to
Exactly.
where I want to go. But you
Exactly.
cannot continue keeping yourself in the same old company that was keeping you from progressing, and you know it. We do not apologize for wanting to take care of ourselves.
No, no. This conversation must go on. It must continue.
We need
And we
another day.
yes, another day. I mean, we should continue and we should bring a panel to help us
Yeah,
talk about this and how we can bring in more women into this conversation of stop saying, I'm sorry, or don't be sorry.
yeah,
The fact that
no.
you exist is the liberty itself, is the freedom itself. So
Embrace it,
stop
live
pushing
in
yourself
it.
in a box, which no one gave you that box.
Sometimes we build the boxes around ourselves.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes it's a personal choice because we want to be loved, we want to be appreciated, we want to belong to a clan, to a community. We want to belong.
This is so exciting and profound because it's when you know your species. We've spoken about this with my partner, Christian Rita, about knowing your species. As women, as women, we identify with certain animals that resonate with us. I know Christian calls me a starfish because a starfish, when it breaks, it regrows that part which was broken. It's always regenerating. She calls me a starfish because the story of my life is nothing short of a miracle. I could have died so many years ago. But when you know the kind of person you are, and you are not just going to be, you see, with the starfish, that part that has been broken off, it does not end there. It grows into another starfish. So my role, in my partner's words, is to share what I have, spread my light, and make sure everyone around me gets a part of it. So we all need, you are right, we need a panel. We sit, we talk about this over our Amarula tea, and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
talk
yeah.
deeply about this. We really need another session. You are right.
Yes, yes. We have to continue. We have to continue. It's because there is so much brainwash of our culture of how we should be, and this conversation has to continue over and over. It's like the other conversation I had concerning generational wealth. It's something we have to keep talking about over and over and
Yes.
over and over. So it starts sinking in people's mind and in people's head.
And we learn not to shame people who benefit from generational wealth, because now people say, no, this one never worked for this. But someone already sacrificed. Shouldn't we appreciate the sacrifices made? If your children are going to benefit from what you have done, why should we judge them? Instead of learning that we need to provide for our children, we need to lay a foundation, because they are learning the importance of hard work. They are learning the importance of creating a legacy for your children. They will also do the same.
And also, to add to that, is that we have the tendency of taking our children as our insurances, I would say.
Yes,
It's time we start taking our children as a plus to our lives.
it's
It's
true.
a plus. So when we can work and save them the headache that we had, that plus remains a plus. But
Yes,
when you have
absolutely.
children and you call it suffer for them as though they asked you, no, we use
No.
the word I suffered for you, I did this for you. But
No, you were doing it because I'm a plus to you. You added
exactly,
me into your life.
exactly. Then we are freeing those people to be the best. And there will be less redefinition to be done. And whenever there is a redefinition to be done, it's going to go faster and in a much more positive way than
Yes.
adding plus. This is just plus and plus. But when you take that plus away and you do nothing but negative and give it a minus, I have to suffer for you, I sent you to school, I educated you, you're taking
No,
all the
that's what
pluses
you were
away.
supposed to do anyway.
It's
That
our
is exactly
responsibility.
exactly.
So it's time we change this conversation. Let's talk about it. If you have to do it every month, we are going to do it every month. In each country, we're going to bring people from different countries together, talk about this, have webinars about this. But we have to keep talking about it, because what we have in our mind is exactly the negative things that were handed over to us. And now we know that you and
And
I
it's time
sitting
to
here
change
start
them.
to redefine, so we can talk a little bit positivity. So if we've redefined ourselves, why don't we give those people after us more positivity, so the redefinition becomes a plus to this world?
Yes. And it becomes holistic,
Exactly. Exactly.
because our redefinition of ourselves has a ripple effect. It's touching other lives around us.
Exactly.
And in the end, it's a movement of people who are redefining themselves, people who are improving, people who are more positive, people who are pro-life.
Exactly. Oh, we could go on forever. What one piece of advice can you give to a woman who is yearning for changing for change in her life? For example,
This is the time. Don't wait for, there is not going to be a sign from heaven or angels singing. This is your time. The fact that you are here right now watching us means it's your time. You are ripe and ready to move into the next step of your life.
Yeah.
So don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for a choir to sing for you. I'm telling you, this is the time. That's it. Take the step, the first step to the rest of your life today, right now, and sign up for our masterclass.
Exactly. And the link is in the comments
It's
below.
right there in the comments. Yes.
Exactly. And to add to that again, can you imagine how fortunate you are listening to such conversations? Because I don't remember having hearing this conversation growing up. I don't remember.
Exactly. I know.
Do you know
I
how
never
fortunate
had.
it is? I did not hear this conversation. So it's happening right now. This is the time, as she said, go get yourself redefined. If you want to talk to us so we can then link you to Babs, that's our job. But please find me one person so that I can be that sponsor to that person so that we can see the change. The conversation has to
Definitely.
happen. We are going to have a panel discussion on this because times have changed.
Yes, we need to talk. We need to hold these conversations.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is the time. Yes.
exactly. And what's your biggest wish for your beloved continent?
To have every woman view each other as each other's sister, as each other's keeper. We are not in competition. We are here to complement each other.
Yeah, I like the word compliment. Yeah,
When we have mastered that, I think Africa will be untouchable because we are such a powerhouse, just sitting there on the verge of greatness. But it's these small things that keep holding us back: the jealousies, the petty issues, the judgments, the whatnot, the competition. We don't need that. There is enough room. And if the table becomes small, we can extend it, we expand it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have the whole Africa to build one giant table and sit every woman at it.
yeah, 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 yeah. And you know, I keep telling my children there is space for everybody.
Absolutely.
There is no need to fight, push, kick. The fact that
No.
you are born and you're on earth, you're living, automatically states that there is space for you.
Exactly.
But when we keep on having this poverty mindset, I have to fight you to kick you out to get into. We
No.
don't have to be in the same position at the same time. We all have our route to take, but there is space
Yes.
for everyone.
Absolutely.
Until we stop this competition, we're not going to make any change. Until we stop stressing ourselves with, you know, things which are irrelevant to our lives, we are not going to change anything. So start looking at your network because that's
True.
your worth. That's your net worth. The people around you, apart from yourself, will make you or break you. If you really want to
Absolutely.
redefine your life, look at the people around you. Who do you hang out with? Who do you share your story with? Who do you share your stories with? Those people will make you or break you. Your life is your life.
Mm-hmm.
Babs, let's continue this conversation. It was a pleasure spending this hour with you. Time went so fast.
I
Um,
know.
let's have conversation behind closed doors, how we can work with Awifians, how we can help more women in different countries. Let's put together
Absolutely.
a panel of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's air it out.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lillian, for having me. This was awesome. It was an awesome morning. Oh, breakfast. Yes. This was our breakfast.
Exactly, exactly. Have a beautiful day, and I will
You
talk to you
too.
behind the scene.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, then. Bye.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We really appreciate you and love you. Bye.
Bye. And we'll be back with another episode. And if you need
Oh,
help, let us
absolutely.
know right here at Awave.
Yes. Namaste.
Namaste.